Hi Year 4. So today we're going to carry on with the Hundertwasser poster that you started last week. So you should have, so this is kind of the first point, you should have first of all completed a really neat pencil drawing of the Hundertwasser poster, and then last week you should have started to apply the colour. I demonstrated the different colour techniques. So we've got colour fade here, which is going from the light green to the dark green. We've got also tone, where we go darker on the edges and lighter in the middle. And we can also just do a fade with one colour. You should have focused mainly on one of the sections. I did recommend to focus on the ground area, and then this lesson you can spend on the top section, and you can also add all the fine details. So I'm just going to go over a few things. First of all, on the ground area, I've used mainly greens, mainly yellows, bit of blue. So for me to have it as two different areas, I'm going to choose the complementary colour to green, which is red, and I'm going to do the contour lines on the top section in those colours, which links a lot to this kind of thing here. That's what I'm going to go for. Because the last one is green, I'm going to start it off with red. Let's see if you can zoom in. See nice and clearly. Yeah, I'm going to start off with the red, and I'm going to do oval motions. Make sure you've got nice sharp pencils throughout. Keep sharpening your pencil, and I'm going to fade that red up using circular motions until I get to that line. Don't forget, you should be doing this a lot slower than what I'm doing. It's only because I've had a lot more practice that I can go this fast. I'm trying to showcase as many different things as you need to know during these video tutorials, and in order for me to fit that in and also allow you to have enough time to do it in the lesson, I have got to do things slightly faster. So don't ever expect to do it in the same speed. I want you to take your time. Use this time now to watch everything in detail. And then when it comes to you actually applying it to your work, you'll know what to do. You can take your time, focus on everything being perfect. So I'm carrying across darker at the bottom, and then I go lighter. If you're struggling to go lighter, hold the pencil further down and more horizontal, and you'll find it easy to fade. So I've got the red going across here, and then I'm going to go for the yellow, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So again, pressing harder where the line starts, and then I'm going to fade it out using less pressure. Okay, now if you've got obstacles in the way like these trees, I'm going to do the stems of them dark. So it actually doesn't matter if I go across them. So I'm just going to go across them. That's going to save me time. If you're deciding to do the stems or the trunks of your trees in a lighter colour, then do leave them out. Because if you're trying to do a green trunk and you've got red going through, then it's not going to work properly. Then I'm going to go for orange. I'm going to do exactly the same technique. Quite easy, this technique, where you just do a fade from one side and you blend it out. As long as you press light and you use circular motions, you will get a nice seamless fade. If you rush, you press too hard, you use scratchy straight marks, it's going to be very hard for you to fix it. There we go, just got the yellow done, and then I would just go back again to the red, and I'd continue that until I'd done the whole of the top section. I'm not going to watch you, I'm not going to let you watch me do the whole thing, because I think you're getting the idea on how I'm planning on doing the sky there. Okay, so I would carry that all the way across. Then I'm going to go for the lollipop trees. I'm going to do the stems in a black. Okay, don't forget you can do some block colours, so I'm just going to have a block stem. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Remember, Hundavasa doesn't believe in straight lines because there's no straight lines in nature. Okay, that pencil needs to be sharpened so I can get nice neat lines. If you wanted to do tone with black, I'll show you how to do that. So you would outline the edge, outline this edge, and then again, you're just going to do circular motions from both sides, and that's just going to give it a bit of a 3D effect because it's lighter in the middle. Do that across the trees. I think I'm going to actually have the outside layer of this tree green. You don't have to use the real colours that you would find in nature. Don't be scared to mix it up. Use opposite colours, brighter colours. We need this poster to look fun and replicate his style. So constantly be looking back at this for references if you need to. If I was to choose to do the trees in different colours, so say I wanted to do this one, each layer a different shade of green or blue, so light green, dark green, light green, dark green, that's fine. I might decide to do this one pinks and purples. I might decide to do them complementary colours, so I might go yellow and purple or blue and orange. Completely up to you. But don't just colour every section in the same colour, otherwise you're not going to get the effect that it has got sections. It's just going to look like a solid tree. So I'm kind of just doing a fade effect again here. You'll notice that I keep turning the page. That's just because it's a lot easier to do a fade when you turn the page, rather than have to turn your arm, because if your arm's at a certain angle, it might apply more pressure. Okay, I'm gonna have the inside of that yellow, like so. And then I would change on to the next one. So that's an example of trees, that's an example of the sky. I'm going to quickly go over these onion dome houses and show you a few cool ways to do that. I'm going to pick one of these sections here. And I'm going to go dark on the edges. Fade it in. Dark on the edge, fade it in. Once I've done that first layer, I've only got to do it from one side. I've not got to do it from both. Like so. Should get a really cool illusion off the onion domes if you do the colours properly. Okay, like so. For the base of the onion domes, I'm going to use, in fact, I'm going to go back over and I'm going to bring a little bit of purple in. I'm actually going to layer some of the colours to get a nicer effect. The main part of it, I'm going to do... just going to rub out this design. I'm not crazy on it. If you want to put pattern on it, then let's say I want to have some purple stripes, you can add them on after. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfectly accurate if you're using any straight lines with Hundavasa. and make that as colourful as possible. In terms of the rows of houses, rather than spending time to do that, I can show you this, which I've done as an example. So the same thing, use your colour to really enhance that part. Near the end of the lesson, I want you to spend the last 5-10 minutes to just refine everything. And what I mean by that is getting your black pencil, making sure it is really sharp, and then outline those areas that you need to. So you might want to outline the sky, you might want to outline the lollipop trees. Anything that's going to really enhance your poster, feel free to outline. Definitely work back into your title. Make it bold. We need it to look like a Hundertwasser poster for when we put them up. This should be your last lesson on this poster, so don't rush it, but we want to try and make sure that by the end of the lesson, we've got something that could be displayed around the school. It looks complete, it looks polished, and it's a definite replica of Hundertwasser style. One last thing before I go. Can you notice that there's some use of pattern, like dots in some of the areas? If you wanted to, you can add those onto any sections in your piece. So by the end of the lesson, everything should have colour on. Last 10 minutes you need to spend refining any details, making sure that everything is neat. If you don't get it finished, then you might be allowed, you're going to have to ask your teacher, but you might be allowed to take it home over Easter to get it finished. And then we will have complete posters and we can start the next task when you come back after Christmas. I look forward to seeing what you all do. Thank you very much. Bye.